RT World's Ahmed Al-Barai can join me now from the Turkey-Syria border with more. Hi, Ahmed. So from what we're understanding, this wasn't a mass grave discovered, but rather dozens of executed people scattered throughout the city. Does it reflect some last-minute desperation showing that Daesh is more than ever on the back foot here?
Well, Andrea, this is absolutely a mass killing carried out by Daesh elements in this city or town. According to the observatory, they say that this number is huge. The number is not clear so far, speaking about dozens, other reports speaking about more than 100. Now, of course, this is one of the major operations that Daesh is trying to avenge those cities who they accuse as collaborating with the regime. They're trying to send clear messages as they're losing and their control is shrinking in certain areas. They've lost recently their de facto capital in Raqqa. They're losing more control in Deir ez-Zor. And this city, they lost it just 6 months ago to the regime. Now they've come again and they take control of it for 3 weeks. And they carried out this massacre, what the observatory is calling. It is mass killing. Almost 128 people were found there, according to the observatory. Other reports speaking about more bodies. This number is expected to increase in the coming few hours, maybe. But the point is, Daesh is trying to send clear message as its leader, who was believed to be killed, al-Baghdadi, is sending now messages on the 28th of September. He said that his companions, his followers, should start carrying out revenge operations against these cities.
And as you said, this area had been under the control of both Daesh and regime administration forces even earlier. Right now, it's been retaken by the Syrian regime, but Daesh is still active in the area and technically still able to carry out more attacks.
Yeah, that's the point that the people there are worried about. The technique the SDF and the regime is using against these elements is not so successful. They've defeated them in their capital city of Raqqa, but the problem, they allowed some of them to leave, whether with an agreement or with they just give them a safe corridor to go out. According to the reports coming out of Umar Alloush in the Raqqa city, they've had an agreement to let these elements go out. Now they are in the vast desert of Deir ez-Zor, from Sukhna to Al-Bukamal on the border with Iraq. Now these elements will have the time to rebreathe, to take a breath, and to assemble their power again, and they will start launching other offensive against these kind of cities. That's the concern of the people who we had a chance to talk to some of them here in Turkey who managed to flee a couple of days ago from these cities. So that's the problem on the ground, that these civilians do not have any safe corridor. These elements of Daesh are able to go again and embark on other offensive against these cities, and that's one of the things we've just seeing now, that they're trying to avenge those cities, accusing them of collaborating whether with the SDF, the US-backed forces, or with the Syrian regime. This is going to last for the coming few days, it seems.
Okay. Ahmed, thank you for joining us with that from the Turkey-Syria border.